What is up, folks, and welcome back to Blazed and Confused. Brings you the news. I was actually getting ready to start recording this other story that I had lined up, and then I came across this story. Ohio woman killed in aggressive deer attack. Here's what we know. An Ohio woman was killed after an aggressive deer attacked her at her home, according to WTRF TV. I don't know if that's the deer there or not, but no, that's not. Aggressive male deer attacks kills Ohio woman at her home. The fatal incident occurred in Belmont County, Ohio, which is located near the West Virginia border. It's probably part of the problem right there. According to local outlet WTRF, Belmont County deputies were called to the home around 10:30 p.m. November 15th for reports of an animal attack. Family members told deputies the woman, Jody Prager, however you might say that, had been trapped inside an enclosure with a male deer that had become aggressive, the outlet reported. The deer was reportedly kept in a pen on her family's property. Now, again, who has a deer as a pet? I don't really think you can go down to the local pet store and get a pet deer. Now, if you can let me know. I don't know of anybody who has a pet deer. Family members attempted to intervene and dispatch the animal prior to the arrival of law enforcement to reach the victim, according to a statement provided by the Belmont County Sheriff's Office. However, the animal was ultimately dispatched by responding deputies. So I'm trying to picture that in my head. They must not have been able to get a shot off on it as it attacked this lady. You probably shouldn't have deer for pets, folks. Relatives tried to reach Prager during the attack. Sounds like she might have been busy. WTRF reported, once deputies arrived, they shot the deer and secured the scene, allowing first responders to help the woman. However, she was pronounced dead at the scene. In the statement, Belmont County Sheriff James Zusak said foul play was not suspected. What the hell does that even mean? They think somebody sicked the deer on her, possibly? Or did they think that somebody did away with her and then threw her in the deer pen? I mean, according to this, family members were attempting to intervene. So I suppose that's good, folks. No foul play. The investigation is ongoing with the Ohio Department of Natural Resources working with the Ohio Department of Agriculture. The Belmont County Coroner's Office was also called to assist, according to WTRF. It should be like WTF. Deer rarely attack humans, but they still can be deadly. Deer are among the deadliest animals in the United States, according to the National Deer Association. But it's largely due to the number of car collisions they cause. And I've seen plenty of deer run straight out into the front of cars and get smashed. And a few times the deer made it, the car didn't. So deer rarely attack people, but when they do, it's usually because they are sick, injured, or scared. A trapped deer could also lash out, per the association. Well, I guess maybe I don't necessarily know what to say about this. I mean, we go out there and shoot deer on a regular basis. We And don't get me wrong, I'm not against hunting. But maybe this deer decided it was time to strike first before they set it loose and decided to hunt it. I don't know. I don't know who has pet deer. That just doesn't seem like a great idea. And I mean, if it was a male, as far as I know, there's no pictures of it. But if it was a male and had antlers, I don't know if I'd want to get into that fight, especially if you're trapped in an enclosure with it. Which again, the moral of this story, folks, don't have pet deer. It doesn't even make sense to me to have a pet deer. Get a dog, get a cat. Hell, I think people even have pigs. Pigs make more sense to me for a pet than a deer. But anyway, that's going to be story number 1. And, I feel bad for this lady who was attacked and killed by a deer. It just doesn't seem like something you hear about every day, so I thought I would share it with you. So in our next little clip, we're going to talk about a zoo in Denmark asked patrons to donate their pets, not as attractions, but for food. We're going to get into that one here in just a minute, folks. All right, folks, this one here is pretty interesting if you ask me. A zoo in Denmark asked patrons to donate their pets, not as attractions, but as food. I would have loved to have been in that board meeting. Hey, folks, we're having trouble feeding the animals. What do you think we should do? Let's ask if people will donate their pets. Sounds like a great idea. Get the flyers printed. Get something on the YouTube so that we can get people to bring their animals in. Pets, by the way, not just animals. A European zoo stirred up intrigue and controversy after a social media post asking for surplus pets to be donated to feed captive animals went viral. In a post on Facebook, the Aalborg Zoo in Denmark asked people to donate unwanted pets that would be gently euthanized and fed to predators in captivity. Chickens, rabbits, and guinea pigs form an important part of the diet of our predators, especially the European lynx, which needs whole prey that resembles what it would naturally hunt in the wild, the zoo wrote. In zoos, we have a responsibility to Hey, I'm getting ready to send you off to the Denmark Zoo. Look out now. In zoos, we have a responsibility to imitate the natural food chain of the animals in terms of both animal welfare and professional integrity, the post continued. That way, nothing goes to waste, and we ensure natural behavior, nutrition, and well-being of our predators. I don't know if that sold you guys. Not sure if you're going to take your chicken, rabbits, and guinea pigs to this zoo here in Denmark. And this is a really long article, but we'll kind of skim over it a little bit. The zoo also accepts horses as part of its fodder program. The Facebook post quickly became a battleground between commenters who were appalled at the concept of euthanizing healthy pets for animal feed, and those who applauded the zoo for its method of maintaining a practical food supply for its animals. Now, kind of with all that being said, if you're going to start a zoo, you sure would think you would already kind of have food ready for these animals, or some sort of a game plan for the long-term animal inhabitation. I don't know that asking people to turn over their healthy pets for gentle euthanization is that great of an idea. However, it does say that the Aalborg Zoo says dogs and cats are excluded from the program. They're just the donatable animals are limited to chickens, rabbits, guinea pigs, and horses. I mean, horses? Okay, let me gather up my horse and ride on down to the zoo. Turn this over so the leopards can eat it. I don't know, folks. I don't really know how to feel about all that. I feel like, if somebody was willing to do this, I'm not sure that they should probably ever have pets again. But again, I would have loved to have been in that board meeting because, look, I've heard some crazy ideas get thrown out before, but normally whoever might be in charge doesn't go, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. Let's ask people to voluntarily turn over their pets so we can feed our animals. So, anyway, again, another interesting story that I thought that I would share with you here at Dazed and Confused. Actually, it's Blazed and Confused. It's what happens when you get a little blazed. You forget what the hell's going on here. But Blazed and Confused, bringing you the news. Listen, I don't know what you think about these two stories. A deer attacks and unalives a woman, and then you got a zoo in Denmark. Wanting to know if you want to turn over your chickens, rabbits, guinea pigs, and horses. So if anybody's got some animals out there and they want to help out the zoo, you might want to give them a call. I think that's going to be it for this episode, folks. That is way too much to wrap my head around for me to try to move on to another crazy story. Even though I will be looking for some more crazy stories to bring you, folks. I feel like it's a break from all the political crap and the Epstein list and all the other madness going on in the world. And I mean, just one thing on the Epstein list. If you think that after whatever it's been, 10 years, that we're going to get some sort of a real list, I got some beachfront property in Arizona. I'll sell you. I think more people should know about this zoo in Denmark, asking patrons to donate their pets, not as an attraction, but for food. Happy Thursday, folks. I hope you all have a great Friday, and I will catch you next time here at Blazed and Confused.